everybody, and welcome to Zing Sitalawena. This is season 2 of our podcast, and today's topic is puberty rights in Africa. And as usual, with me is Mr. Arnold Maibongo Ngala. Mr. Ngala, hello and welcome to season 2.
Hello and thanks for inviting me again. I really enjoy to be in this podcast.
What have you got for us today?
Like as you have said, we are going to talk about puberty rights in Africa.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, please go right ahead. What are rights? What sort of rights are we talking about?
Or like as I said, we talk about the puberty rights.
Yes.
Puberty rights. You know, puberty is adolescence, right?
Yes.
Adolescence state. Yes.
Adolescence, yes.
So we talk about the rights which are involved at that life stage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Please go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, like I say that puberty is a period, right? When a person is developing from being a child to an adult. So adulthood comes with many rights and responsibilities, such that many African communities prepare adolescents to adulthood.
Okay.
So this preparation is done through initiation ceremonies in most cases, yes. And then is, I can say, it's an occasion, right, or an event made up of rights. And then rights are the steps, if I can put it, certain steps that take place when a certain event is being done. If I can put it that way, yes. So I think rights are similar to rituals, right? I think there's little difference between rights and rituals, if I can put it that way. Yes. It's almost the same thing. Yes. So, sorry. Or can I continue?
Yes, you can go on.
So there are similarities, differences in way African communities perform puberty rights. So I'll give you examples. For example, one of those earliest examples in puberty rights is the one in Kenya. Right? So it takes place at the age of around 10. It's a very secretive right. It's like a second birth. It's a second birth ceremony, if I can put it that way. So the right, it consists of the dramatization of the birth of a child. Like, for example, the mother sits in a birthing position.
Okay.
The child at that time will be, let's say, a son, right? He will sit in front of the mother by the thighs there.
Yes.
That is, it's a dramatization. And then the attendants, people who are attending there, they'll be acting as midwives.
Okay.
Yeah. So the mother has to, I can say he has to make some necessary sounds when birthing, right? And then the child also has to do some necessary sounds when being born.
Okay.
And then the attendant, yes, and then the attendants will ululate, you see, as a sign of congratulating the birth. Yeah. So ceremony that the child is given full membership of the community, of the Kikuyu community. So this right, it also reminds the people about the importance of motherhood. and honoring mothers. See, so if the mother is not dead, so another woman acts in her place, and that cultural mother, that mother will be referred to as the cultural mother as the child grows up. The same with the same happens if there is no father. So someone will take the place of the father so that this ceremony takes place.
So, how big is the ceremony?
It's not a big ceremony. Like as I say, that there is the mother,
Like
and then there's the
family.
yes, it's a ceremony that consists of people who must be around when birthing, right? Yeah. So, and birthing is a secretive thing, right? So that's why many people are not. Yes. So it's just few people, few community people who will be there as witnesses that this child underwent this ceremony.
Okay.
So this ceremony is very, very, very important, such that a child does not go into circumcision or inheritance, or does not receive any inheritance before doing this ceremony. So it's a ceremony which marks one to be referred to as, like as I said, as a full member of the society.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So if that child doesn't, you don't have it, you can't inherit.
You can't inherit. It's like you don't exist.
Okay.
And it's a very secretive ceremony. So that's why I don't want to get any pictures. You see, it's a very, very secret ceremony. Yes, but it's something that someone has to undergo if you are a member of the Kikuyu community. I'm not sure how popular it is right now. Since right now, because of Westernization.
Yes.
And Christianity.
Yes.
But that's, and traditionally it's what's supposed to happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and example. Okay, so this is an example of one of the earliest puberty rites, right?
Yeah, because 10 years is very young.
1 years in the perception of Western is young, but remember, Africans, they perceive someone to be through puberty. You see, so at what age does puberty start? If I can ask you.
Yeah, maybe for some children, 10, 12, 13.
Yes. So yes. So it's more of a preparation to puberty, if I can put it that. Just by that time when you're about to enter puberty, you must first undergo this rite. Yeah.
Okay.
And then okay, now okay, I'm gonna give you another example, but this one is it's not the most earliest. It's when someone, actually in many cases these rites happen in girls. Someone has gone through the first menstruation.
Okay.
So that marks the.
So that's for girls.
Yes. For boys, after most cases, after weddings for the first time, yes. After a boy has gone through, yes.
Okay.
So it's so with boys, it depends with societies how they perceive someone to have reached that stage. But with girls, in most cases, it's first menstruation.
Okay.
Okay. So so among the Zulu people of South Africa, an adolescent girl has to go through a ceremony called Umshonyani. So, like I said, it is done after the first menstruation.
Okay.
Yes. So in other ways, now it's a way of just to prepare her, because now she's developing, she's seeing her body growing, and some things are happening to her which she does not know. So now so it's a way of preparing her to inform her again
Making her
that
understand what's going on, what's
yes,
what's in the body.
yes, yes. So in the way it was called indunduzelo or ubudunduzela. So it is no longer practiced due to westernization and Christianity, which were both promoted during colonization. So in the way
in
yes,
Ndebele society, did it stop at the same time as a male circumcision during Umfekani?
no, actually in Ndebele there was never a time when there was circumcision.
Oh, okay.
There was, but there was never a time. If you remember, we said on that podcast when we were speaking about Umfekani, and we said King Dingiswayo, right? Do you remember? He's the one who stopped these circumcisions, right? These circumcisions are schools. So during that time, there was no Ndebele nation.
Oh, okay.
Ndebele nation is a very young nation. It grew out of that.
Okay.
It grew out of that. Yes. So going back to Umhlonyane, right? So a week before Umhlonyane, the girl is isolated from, or should I say, from the people, right? And during this time, she's advised by the elderly women about the complexities of adulthood, as I've said.
Yes.
Then on the day of the ceremony, her friends become part of the ceremony. See, and the goat is slaughtered as a sacrifice to the ancestral spirits, to inform them that so is coming up and you're protected, because this is the time when people start to see the kind of person you are going to be, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying yes. So there's this belief that even the sorcerers, they can see at that time the kind of person that you're going to be, whether you're going to be beautiful, intelligent. So that's why, so that's why there's that kind of ceremony to the ancestral spirits. I attract this new member of adulthood. She's young, please protect her from everything, yes. See. So and then in most Nigerian communities, a girl is taken to isolation at the age of puberty. So during isolation there, she's fattened. She's given food with a lot of fats as a way of fattening her. In African culture, if you're fat, you are referred to as beautiful. In many societies. So she's fattened. Yeah, so she's fattened and she's beautified and she's massaged. So it's a way of preparing her for marriage. So I can say, in Nigeria there are so many tribes. So in a nutshell, I can say in Nigeria that's what they do. If you've reached people stage, yes, you are fattened, you are isolated, you're fattened, you're beautified, you're massaged.
How long are they isolated for?
I'm not sure. I think it depends with the community. Yes. And it also, I think, depends with the way the girl's body is responding, because even if they can fatten her, it doesn't mean So it's about the results, not about the time frame. It's mostly about the results. Yeah. So, and then there are also virginity tests in some other communities. I'll also go back to the Zulu communities, right? Like after Umhlonyane, right? So girls go through annual virginity tests until they reach the marriageable age. Yeah. So those who pass become part of the virgin annual ceremony called Umkhosi Womhlanga. You see, so they'll be carrying reeds. Umhlanga is a reed, right?
Yes.
So they'll be carrying reeds in that ceremony, and then the reed represents origination. We are gonna talk about that when we be talking about the origin of the Bantu people. The reed and origin. But all what you have to know that in that ceremony they'll be carrying reeds, right?
Yes.
So each girl carries a reed during the procession, right? And if the reed falls, it may mean that the girl is not virgin. So there's that cultural belief.
Okay.
See? Yeah. And then this ceremony also takes place in Eswatini or Swaziland.
Yes.
So in Eswatini is called Umhlanga. Yes. They also do the same thing. They'll be carrying the reed. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So yeah. And then another aspect which is very common is circumcision. In many puberty rites.
Is that both female and male, or?
It depends with the community. In some communities is both, in other communities one of the sexes.
Okay.
So yes, it depends. Yes.
Okay.
So so like as I said, puberty rites. So it usually takes place in initiation schools, initiation schools are like secluded camps where adolescents are socialized to adulthood. So circumcision is the cutting off part of the sex organs, right? So usually boys are circumcised by cutting off their foreskin, while girls are circumcised through what is called clitoridectomy. That is the cutting off of the clitoris, or there's also another one called excision of the labia. So in girls, this is meant to reduce their sexual drive, which in turn is believed to make them not to have many sexual partners. So that's why they're circumcised. And then in boys, in most cases, it's about socializing them to withstand pain.
Okay.
Or that comes with food. Yes, yes. So examples and places where circumcision takes place include communities like in Sudan, Nigeria, Guinea, Mali, Somalia, and Egypt. But with Egypt, mostly is on the southern part of Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah. And yes. Yeah. And then and in South Africa, it's among the Venda people, the Sotho, the Ndebele of Mpumalanga, right?
Yeah.
And the Xhosa, yes. So circumcision, especially like female circumcision, is now illegal in many countries.
Yes.
But yes, it's very illegal. Yeah. Sorry?
Called female genital mutilation, FGM.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
so it's very illegal. But still many women practice it in those communities where it is, yes, because there's that belief that if you are a woman and you don't go under that, you don't undergo that right, you are referred to as someone who is with loose morals, you see.
Okay.
So even if it's illegal, so there's that labeling that comes with not performing that
right.
right. So yeah, so due to that, many people still practice it in secrecy. It's still very, very, very
Common.
Yes, yes. And it does not seem to, I don't think it's not going to end anytime soon because of that. Because it's something that is for many years, and yeah, and it comes with that social perception.
Yeah.
You see.
Mm.
Yeah. Then among the Herero, we said the Herero are also the Abambo or Ovambo people, right? They are in Namibia, right?
Namibia. Yeah.
Do you remember them?
Yes, I remember
Mm.
them. Yes.
So yes, the mutilation of the teeth, like on adolescent girls. So, so to them, it signifies beauty, if I can put it that way. So, like in English terms, they say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Beholder. Yes.
So, so in their
Yeah.
terms,
And
the
beauty
mutilation of
varies
teeth.
from culture to culture.
Yes, 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 yes. So, and speaking of teaching schools, right? Like as I've also said, some of these rights are done in initiation schools. Um, the most common feature in these initiation schools is that they are secretive. So because of that, it's not easy to find many pictures or videos,
Maybe they're
on
secretive
YouTube.
now because in most places it's illegal to practice, whereas before, when it was uh, part of
Mm,
African culture, they were a little bit more open. Were they open back then, or was it still secretive?
they've always been secretive.
Okay.
Okay, let me tell you some of the reasons. Okay, besides the reason that you have said, is your reason is also correct. Okay, in some initiation schools, right, the initiates have to bury the sex organ that has been mutilated, right?
Okay.
So that initiate has to must be noticed by anyone. You see,
Okay.
so there is this belief that if someone gets your body part, he or she can use it for sorcery purposes.
Ah, okay.
So so if some so if a sex organ has been cut, that person is given that organ and he has to go into the bush without being noticed by anyone.
Anyone.
Some they throw it, some they throw it in the anthill so that they can be eaten by termites. You see,
So
so that's one reason for.
okay.
Sorry.
So I was
So
saying
you see, so
it probably varies from culture to culture, like what's it called? Inkaba. Yomntwana.
yes,
You-
exactly, yes,
What's it
yes,
called?
yes,
English.
yes,
The
yes,
umbilical cord. You dispose of
yes.
it in different ways.
In different ways, yes, 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 yes. And then the other reason, for example, let's say in girls, right? In other communities, girls are taught how to perform sexual intercourse so that they can satisfy their future husbands. You see. So, for example, let's say, so such lessons are conducive when they are taught in privacy.
Yes.
You see. So, for example, among the Yao and the Lomwe people from in of Malawi.
Oh, in Malawi.
So
Okay.
yes, the Lomwe and the Yao. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So so girls are made to perform a rite called Kusasafum. Yeah. So so literally it means brushing off the childhood debt.
Okay.
Literally that's what it means.
Okay.
Yes. So girls are made to have sexual intercourse with an assigned man,
Okay.
who is referred to as the hyena man. It's called the hyena man, and this seems to be very dangerous, especially in today's time where there is HIV and
Yeah.
other sexually transmitted diseases. You see, so and then also there among the Lomo and uh, girls are also taught a rhythmic sexual dance called chisam. You see, so they meet while they're naked. You see, so this dance is more like a sexual role playing, if I can put it way.
Okay.
You can't do it in public. Yes, yeah, yeah. So that's the other reason why it's done in secrecy. Yeah.
Okay.
And there are many techniques that are used to make the initiate not to tell other members of the community about what is happening in schools.
Okay.
For example, the Jukunpi, so they will blindfold an initiate, right? And then when that bandage is taken off, he is asked, what does he see? So the correct answer must be, I see nothing at all.
Okay.
So yeah. So in other ways, if you go back after the initiation, if he goes back to the community, he must whenever he's being asked, that's the answer he must get. That's the answer he must say. So I saw nothing. You see, yeah. And do you remember when we were speaking about the position of women and their roles? Do you remember we spoke about the secret society? Do you remember? We said they are found in Sierra Leone and Liberia. And we said one of their obligations is to socialize girls, right? Do you remember?
Yes.
Yes. So they are the ones who are in charge of initiation schools there, especially in Sierra Leone and Liberia. Yeah, I'm not sure about Gambia, but I also said another. I said they are found in 3 countries, but I remember. But right now I remember Sierra Leone and Gambia, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So they say membership is for life.
Okay.
Once you're a member, so there's no time when, even if you go back to the community, you're still a member of that secret society.
Okay.
So it's a way of making people not to divulge information. You see, and a member who divulges information can be killed. But they say, I think in the life they will say it will be executed.
Okay.
Yeah. And, then the male counterparts of the Sunday secret society, they are called the Poro or Bondo secret society.
Okay.
So there is the Sunday are for the female, and then the Bondo or Poro are for the men.
Okay.
Okay, and then okay, so other common aspects of the initiation schools that I can talk about, some other common aspects, maturity. Okay, the first one that I think of right now is maturity.
Yes.
So people who are from initiation schools, right, are perceived to have graduated from into adaptation of adulthood.
Yeah.
You see, so if you go to the initiation school, there is that perception that now you are matured. So when you come back, there's that societal pressure that everybody wants to see whether it's to transform. You see, so there's always that responsibility. So in turn, it makes people become matured. You see, so even if the way you dress,
it's a physical form of making you change from childhood to adulthood.
It's a psychological, if I can put it that way, a lot of psychological effect, yes. That you are from there, and then so when you come back, there must be that kind of
change,
transformation. Yeah, yeah.
And the Sunday Secret Society.
So yes.
Sorry, the Sunday secret societies are in Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea and Ivory Coast.
Or Guinea and Ivory Coast. Oh,
Yes.
okay, all right. Okay, thank you. Right, yes. So now you see, in those societies, if you are an adult and then you don't undergo those initiation schools, so there's that perception that you are not really you're not really skilled to be an adult, you see. So you are perceived as a child, if I can put it that way.
Okay.
I know in Xhosa they say inkwenkwe. So inkwenkwe it's more like say you are an uncircumcised boy. You see.
Okay.
So even your social status, you see, it also affects your social status. So every time when people are now talking, so now when adults are in a meeting, then you go there, then they'll tell you, no. Sometimes they'll tell you that you're still a child, you know nothing. You see, yeah.
So you're sort of like
so there's
ostracized from the community.
Sorry.
You're ostracized from the community. Sort of like you don't count.
Yes. So yes, like as I said with that Kikuyu ceremony, you see. So this gives people so much pressure to undergo these schools.
Yes.
You see. Yes. And then the second one is, let me say, discipline and unity. You see, those are some of the common aspects. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. So people get to learn to live peacefully, and also given community skills there. You see, because you don't go there as an individual, you go there as a group.
Part of a
so that also, yes, it epitomizes a community. Yes.
So is it a group of people that
even the way,
are the same age?
Yes. Yeah, like people who have reached puberty.
Okay.
So it depends with the society. Sometimes these schools they might be every 3 years. Every 3 years. In other places, maybe every year. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That brings us to an end of this segment. To my guest, Mr. Arnold Maibonga-Nkala, thank you very much. We always appreciate having you. If you enjoyed our podcast, please don't forget to share with your friends. Like us on Facebook, Spotify, and YouTube.
Ezakithi wendawo ezikude zingumasithela zimfihlela wena wema wendawo ezikude zingumasithela zimfihlela wena wema wendawo ezikude zingumasithela